Well, that is a vehicle dump if I ever seen one. Alright folks, the common test server has been updated to patch 1.23 in preparation for holiday ops. But holy crap, that is a lot of hidden vehicles in this patch. I mean, all the tiers are represented except for tier 6. So there's a bunch, mostly fillers for large boxes for money, but let's break it all down. So before we start, there are actually a few that are still missing from this list, and that is the recent Japanese heavy tanks. These will debut in late January or early February, so wait for January's common test. But the AAT-60 is more recent, so this did not make it. Same goes with the Nemesis for some reason. It's a special tier 8 British medium tank, but it's a mini chieftain. Did not make it to the cut for some reason, so it's like with the Chimera, but it's not here. Unfortunate. No Nemesis. Same goes with the BT-42, even though we got the Tiger 2 for Erica's version mostly, but there goes our Girls on Panzer collaboration, so something missed or did not hold up, I guess. They did not get the rights. Unfortunate. So none of the black vehicles on the Russian server, as well as the special tier 8 heavies or premium tier 8 heavies, so these did not make it. Same goes with the assault artillery, so none of the Russian server only stuff. And enough chit chatting, let's take a look at the new BZ-72-1. So rocket Chinese heavy tank that is more like a 5A, but not as cumbersome as a BZ-75. So 130mm gun. It is more mobile for an average rocket tank, but they nerfed it since the initial debut on the Supertest. So they nerfed the top speed a little bit with the rocket boosting as well. It's not a bad looking vehicle, but definitely more 5A than the actual BZ-75. It is tier 10, 130mm. Yep. Accuracy for 130 is alright. Aim time is also alright. 8 degrees of gun depression. Traverse is good enough. DPM more like a 277. So high alpha compared to the 277, but longer reload. Let's take a look at the armor on this thing. So health is like a 277 or 5A. It's a breakthrough heavy tank. Well, it's like a 5A. Cupola is still weak. It's like a 5A. Upper plate is sloped, so that's good. Lower plate is the main weak spot. It's a little bit like a IS-4 too, but that's only 120. There are a few strips of 105. Ugh. And 70. Interesting. So you could side scrape, but don't overextend with your side scraping. It's 70 between the tracks. There is space armor on this thing, right? Track 20mm. That doesn't count as space armor? That sucks. I thought it would have space armor. Well, there should be space armor, but it's only 180 or 190. And not the greatest of angles too. Oh, it's okay armor. I mean, it is a rocket heavy tank, so it can actually ram stuff. So it's not slow, but the armor is still fine, I guess. 8 degrees of gun depression is good. It's one more than the 5A. So something like this. But still exposing your cupola as well. It's okay. You can actually shot trap into the hull roof. Oh, it's only 30 right here. So if you're tall enough with gun depression, like an E100, you can actually jam a shell into the hull roof. Or even shot trap right here. Maybe. Alright, still fine I guess, but mobility wise, 16.7 horsepower per ton ratio. They nerfed the top speed to 40 now instead of 50, but yeah, they nerfed the top speed of boosting as well as the normal top speed. Hull traverse is still quick for a heavy. It's still good enough, I say. I mean, still faster than the BZ-75, but camo wise, heavy tank camo or breakthrough heavy tank camo, view range 400. It's still not bad. I mean, obviously, originally it's like a at least 7.5. Now it's still could be 7, maybe 6.75, even though it has slower top speed, but still I'll feel more comfortable playing with this thing than the BZ-75, right? Maybe. We'll have to see, but we'll talk about when this vehicle will likely come out with the probability list coming up next in the next video, but let's take a look at the T-54D version with space armor. So very nice looking vehicle. It is pretty modern, as well as the L7 on this vehicle too. So space armor all the way around the turret, as well as side skirts and additional armor for the upper plate and lower plate. So pretty nice. I mean, goddamn, it's a nice looking vehicle. It's not a premium, so not a premium, it's a special tier 9. Please give us out for the battle pass, that would be great, or even the bond shop, that would also be great. But L7 gun, 105mm, DPM is alright. I mean, it's like the Centurion, so I think they nerfed the DPM slightly from the Supertest, but accuracy, aim time are good. Gun depression, it's Russian, of course. Traverse is quick, penetration is nice. That's not half bad. Doesn't get a HESH round though, unfortunate. Okay, that's still fine without the HESH round, but how good is the armor on this thing? It is only 100mm at the hull front, but it's a bunch of space armor on the upper plate and lower plate. It's about 230mm effective with 55mm of space armor. That's pretty good. I mean, for a medium tank, that's pretty good. 250 or 240 or so, that's pretty good. Lower plate, about 230 or so. For 40mm of space armor on the lower plate too. I mean, that's still pretty good. Just angle it a little bit. Yeah. 270. Holy crap. That's, I mean, it's only 100mm, but they make it work. Side skirts is 16mm. With 80mm behind it. Tracks is 20. You can also side scrape. I mean, there are a few spots that are weak, but hey, you cannot have everything, right? Turret front, 50mm applied to 200mm baseline, so you're not going through the turret front. The mantlet is 240. Yeah, always shoot the cupola, but cupola is small. Also, the loader cupola is also very small. Interesting. That is more like a T-62A than a Object 140 comparison. So commander cupola is the main weak spot, as opposed to the loader cupola, but it's non-existent for the loader cupola on the T-62A. That's interesting. You can also shot trap into your driver hatch with only 30. Alright, I mean the tow hooks. There's no space armor for the tow hooks. Technically a weak spot for the upper plate, but small weak spot. Shoot the tow hooks on the upper plate. Not a bad vehicle armor-wise. It's a medium tank, even though the mobility is not the fastest to rev. It's the slowest horsepower per ton ratio out of tier 9 medium tanks. Okay. I mean, top speed is alright. Hull traverse is alright. It's a fat medium tank. So like with the M47 improved. So this version is basically up armor T-54 practically. Camo, not bad. View range could be better. And it's not a bad vehicle. So I would rather have this thing than a Kampfpanzer tank destroyer thing. Project 07 HK or whatever the hell they call it, but I would rather have this thing than that tank destroyer, which is kind of weird with the siege mode. Gets less DPM but better accuracy. Okay. Alright, moving on. ISU 122-2. Twin gun 122. Rear placement of the guns. Originally I thought the armor was pretty good, but it's only for the superstructure. So crew of 5. BL-13, 122. It features very quick preparation time for the double shot. So, they not want you to fire the gun sequentially, one after another. They want you to fire just double shot with a salvo all the time. So, takes 7 seconds to switch between the guns. So that means you should just probably wait 3 more seconds or 2.5 seconds for another reload than actually use the second gun unless it's a emergency. But aim time is quick, accuracy is good enough, DPM is pretty nice. Can it fit a rammer? Give me a split second. They will tell you in this. So is it like the tier 5? Nope, no rammer for you. No SU-122. It's not like that. That's basically T-34 with 2 derp guns. And somehow you can fit a rammer on that thing. Alright, no rammer for this thing, logically speaking, but 190 at the superstructure front. It's not for the hull front, I believe. Otherwise, it's better than a Ferdinand. Yeah, it's not. It's only 100. Superstructure is the 190. So, yeah, it's like a Ferdinand. Even worse in terms of hull armor. The Ferdinand has 200mm flat for the Porsche Tiger chassis, but it's okay, I guess. Mantlet is thick enough. No, it's not. No, it's only 200mm for the mantlet. So this thing is a sniper tank destroyer. It's not assault like with the Ferdinand, even though Ferdinand's versatile. Close enough. So, it's like a 𝗏𝗏𝗃, but 𝗏𝗏𝗃 has better superstructure. Oh, unfortunate. Yeah, armor is not great on this thing. It's a sniper. So play this thing more like a traditional ISU than a Object 263. So it's not a 263. Damn it, I want it to be a 263. That would be great. Alright, horsepower per ton ratio is good enough. It's actually better than the ISU 152. But top speed is also good enough. Weighs about 50-ish tons. Hull traverse decent enough. Camo, not the best, but it's okay. It's like a fat medium tank. A little bit. View range, it's okay. I want this thing to have armor so you can play like a Object 268 version number 4. Or 263 for that matter, but you cannot. Double shot sniper gun. Might as well play with a 152 that does the same damage almost with a single shot of the 152 than 2 of the 122s. Alright, fine, whatever. Alright, Tiger 2 Erica's model. It's just basically the tracks are different. This thing has low DPM. Like real low. Aim time is good, accuracy is good enough. Traverse is a heavy tank. 8 degrees of gun depression. It's 88mm. It's 88. The health is good enough. Armor is good enough. Turret armor is also good enough. Let's see. I mean, they nerfed my T-29 to the dirt, but yeah, it's 185, 150, 40 for the top, but most low tier guns cannot go through the turret roof. So it's like a captured King Tiger with better accuracy at the cost of DPM. Or better aim time at the cost of DPM, one of which, but I will likely have better DPM instead. Okay, it's okay. It's not a bad vehicle, but not the craziest. Still 10 horsepower per ton ratio, 38 km/h top speed, weighs about 70-ish tons, 380 meters of view range. It's fine. Where's our BT-42? That's unfortunate. Alright, moving on. Chaffee 594 with German-esque interleaved road wheels found on the Panther tanks or Tiger tanks or the half tracks, but it's a slower Chaffee practically. It's the same DPM, same accuracy, same aim time as the 75, never mind, 75, but yeah, the horsepower per ton ratio on this thing is kind of crap. Only 15.5, 0.6. So compared to like 27, it's like half of the actual Chaffee. Camo is still about the same, view range, ick. I mean, it's not a bad filler, I guess. I mean, they made it, but the testing of the suspension did not prove to be that great. So just whatever. We don't need it, technically. Alright, moving on. Low tier filler tanks. Oh, the ARMT. Yeah, autoloader box tank. Oh god. Yeah, it's like a Sherman mobility, but it's a big ass box, and they nerfed the DPM. of the 76mm autoloader. So it's even sub 900 now. Originally it was sub 1000, but now it's sub 900. God, the DPM on this thing sucks. It takes about freaking 18 seconds to load the clip, but traverse is quick. 15 degrees gun depression, 60 degrees gun elevation, so shooting all the way up here or something. Shooting at aircrafts, but standard American armor of 3 inches at the hull front, 2 for the turret front. You're not bouncing shots. Let's use a 75mm with about 110 or 120 millimeters of penetration. Yeah, you're not blocking shots. I mean, maybe the channel in your gun's turret thing, so this groove might bounce a shot. Yeah, you're not bouncing shots. 76, 50. Wow, it's even 50 for the upper plate. It's only 76 for the middle. Yeah, you have no armor. So play this thing like a Sherman, but even more supporty than an actual Sherman. Yeah, DPM cut on this thing real sucks. Yeah, mobility is still about the same as Sherman. Camo about the same. View range about the same. Garbage radio. Okay, it's an interesting vehicle to look at, but goddamn, the DPM sucks ass. Oscillating turret too. That's a trunnion right here. That's a tilting point, but okay. There's a big X. No, that's not an X. Okay, whatever. ARMT. Okay. The Panzer IV F2. They changed it from a premium. It's not a premium anymore. It's a special? Interesting. It is still the 75. Yeah, 75L43, but this thing is a little bit slower than the actual Panzer IVs without that much armor. It's only 50 at the hull front, 30 at the hull sides. So none of the 80mm Panzer IVH's capabilities, but only 12.7 horsepower per ton ratio. I mean, granted, it looks nice, it looks great, but space armor for the spare track links? Nope. Spare track links is not space armor. Ah, crap. Damn it. Yeah, there's no spare track link as space armor. They only did that for the IS-4 originally, I think. But oh no spare track link as space armor. Alright, going back. Mobility wise, it's kind of slow to rev. Usually it's about 16 or 17 for tier 5 mediums. But okay, camo's alright, view range is alright. It's tier 5, it's a filler, but it's a very good looking filler, even though it's not the fastest. The gun is about the same as the 75 on the Panzer IV, with less penetration by like 10 or so, slightly. Alright, low tier, more oh god. If the BT-7 artillery was an American diet, it turned to this thing. It is the same suspension as the BT series, the Christie suspension, but it is wider with a derp gun. So penetration of the derp gun is 68, which is not great for a tier 4. You will see tier 6s in this vehicle. You will get slaughtered by tier 6s or even tier 5s, but it is fast to rev for now. I mean, it's okay to rev compared to other light tanks, but it is a medium though. No armor whatsoever. Nothing to talk about. DPM is kind of crap for a tier 4, but then again, okay. I mean, the penetration is the real downside. You have to get to the ass, or even very specific angles of the ass to penetrate. Some asses have angles, right? That's not going to penetrate most. So view range is crap, radio is crap, camo is ick. It's mostly about the speed of this thing, which it's okay, but it's big boy of a BT tank practically. It is a premium. It's a filler tank, so okay, whatever. And the Czech Panzerwagen 39. So like with the Panzerwagen or Panzer 38T, it's a modification of that vehicle or successor to that vehicle. 24mm rapid firing gun, tier 3. We'll not see tier 5s anymore, thank god, but has a lot of peanuts, throws a lot of peanuts at people. Sesame damage. Armor is meh. Low tier armor is always about 30-ish millimeters. Nothing to talk about. 45 km/h top speed, about 14.3. It's only about 7.7 tons. Oh, small ass vehicle, but collects dust in your garage. View range is low tier. Radio is low tier. I mean, you could bounce a few machine gun rounds from the Panzer 1C, but yeah, you'll get chewed up. This is it's a low tier vehicle. There's nothing special about it. It doesn't have a machine gun, right? There's no machine gun on this thing. It's a rapid firing 24. It's not even an autoloader. Okay, I mean, make it into a Hetzer with a derp gun, right? Take out the turret and put a superstructure on this thing. Oh well. A7E3. God damn, that's a big boy. That's a big boy. It's a 2-pounder gun, but penetration is not as good as the Matilda's 2-pounder. Okay. DPM sucks. It's good accuracy for low tier and aim time for low tier, but has no armor whatsoever. Weighs about 20 tons, but no armor whatsoever. It's only 14 at the hull front, 9 at the hull sides. God, you'll get blown away by a gust of wind. Jesus. View range is crap. Radio is even more crap, but hey, somehow it has camo. Somehow. This thing has more camo than the one we just saw. Jesus. The Panzerwagen 39 has less camo than this thing. Oh, why? Yeah, it has less camo. By almost 1%. Than this big chungus of a freaking cruiser tank. It's not even a cruiser tank. It's more like an infantry tank. It's not the fastest as well. It's only 35 km/h top speed. This is a big boy. And somehow it's stealthy. Somehow. Has no armor though. God damn. Alright, tier 3. And finally, the camo patterned Vickers 6-ton. It has a camo, surprisingly. So, view range is crap. Obviously, radio is crap. It's low tier. It's slow to rev. Only 35 km/h top speed. DPM is low tier. Accuracy is low tier. Aim time is actually quick enough, but only 13mm of armor. 7 tons. Okay. I mean, it's low tier. The good thing about this thing is it has camo, but is actually that the main camo? Or preset camo for this thing? It's a preset camo. It gets it automatically. That's interesting. So normally you don't get camo for your tanks. Unless it's a black vehicle or Swojetto that came out this year. Or the Forest Spirit. So yeah, it gets a camo as base, but it's a tier 2, whatever. So there you go, folks. A big ass list of all the hidden vehicles in this patch. This may or may not come out to the holiday ops stuff, so we'll go through the full list. I have the whole list, whole checklist and tier list and all the stuff ready for you, but we'll go through all this list, all the vehicles that are likely coming out. But everybody knows, everybody could guess that this vehicle is coming out for holiday ops. Definitely this vehicle is coming out. There's no question about it. This thing. So this thing has been added to the game files for like 2 patches now, so it's not exactly new, quote unquote, but it did come out summer again, or summer, August, as same with last year's BZ-176. So foreshadowing the Japanese heavy tank line, as well as the BZ representing the rocket heavy tank, but that thing is so much better than actually all the rocket heavy tanks in the tech tree. So 176 is breaking the game still. So this thing is not a game breaker of a premium tank as opposed to last year's BZ-176, but it has better base accuracy than the standard accuracy for the Type 71, the Type 68 that we already covered. So premium tank bias, but there you go, folks. All the hidden vehicles in this patch. The vehicle I'm looking mostly forward towards is this one. This is a great vehicle for Battle Pass, hopefully, but already have a bunch of candidates for Battle Pass. The BZ-72 is likely for assembly shop because we're not going to have 2 tier 10 Chinese heavy tank for Clan Wars. I already got the BZ-116 F3. So yeah, why would you have 2 Chinese rocket heavy or 2 Chinese heavy tanks, one with rockets, one without? That's not variety, right? So as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
그 싹은 매니